got in a little late last night, but it's been super lovely. A little hectic, but
travel right now has not been. It's not for the weak, shall I say?
Oh no! Oh no! I'm worried about another blue screen of death or something on the way back.
Seriously. All right, let's officially get started. Hello, my name is Niger Chambers. We're here at Otakon 2024. First of all, let's get right to the hard questions. The internet says you're from Washington, D.C.
I am indeed.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Home.
I was born not far from here. I was raised in Maryland, but close enough.
Where in Maryland?
Silver Spring.
Oh, everybody knows Silver Spring,
Yay.
of course.
All right, Wheaton High School.
Wheaton on the map.
Wheaton.
Amazing. So welcome back home.
Thank you.
Welcome to Otakon. Now, I wasn't able to determine this.
Yeah.
Is this your first Otakon?
No, it's my third Otakon.
Oh, I was about to say, because I said math ain't math it there. As a featured guest as well too.
Yes, as a featured guest. If we're talking about like how many Otakons I've been as like just like attending Otakon.
Yeah.
My first Otakon was in 1998.
Oh.
So like I've been here since like
Baltimore.
Year 4. Yeah, Baltimore. And I went to pretty much every Otakon until 2005.
Yeah.
And then I was in and out for a couple years, and I have lived in Japan since 2011, so I haven't been except as a guest.
Yeah.
But I was a guest in for the Matsuri in 2016.
Yeah.
I was a musical guest along with Nano in 2019. And then I am a featured guest this time. So I'm doing a little bit of music, but I would say I'm more of a panelist this year.
What's a little bit of music?
I did the closing, opening ceremony's closing act. I was like,
what's today? He said opening ceremony. I was like, did I miss something here?
Opening ceremony's closing act. Yeah, I did a couple of songs.
Well, you know, they saved the best for last. That's
how
that kind of works. So clearly now that we know that you are a vet of the Otakon world, what does it mean to continue to come back? And also just because of, you know, once being a fan and now being a guest, like what does it mean to see this very prestigious con thrive after all these years?
I mean, it really does mean the world to me. Like I originally came to Otakon as a kid with my dad, haunting the karaoke room, and I was inspired by all the beautiful cosplay and everybody following their dreams. In 2004, I won Otaku Idol here at Otakon, and that was really what inspired me to pursue music professionally. I didn't have a lot of confidence as a kid. Like I was awkward and, you know, unsure, and my voice is so like people, you know, didn't really know what to do with my voice, but I definitely found a community. I found motivation and inspiration, and I found a source of healing with conventions and you know, really finding a place I belonged. And thanks to that, I was able to, I'm going to get sad. I was able to pursue this career and able to meet so many wonderful people, and it just, to see Otakon continue to be such an important event for so many people has, like, I hope there's more people that get inspired and to follow their dreams.
That's so beautiful.
Sorry, like I made myself cry.
I don't know if we can even carry on from there. That's really touching. I will say it is good to hear the therapeutic nature of the community of conventions. I think there's been a lot of discussions within these spaces. One, because the importance of safety, the importance of understanding cosplay is not consent. Just, you know, we just want to continue to thrive and progress in the right direction because it does mean a lot for us. And I know there's a lot of fandoms here, a lot of things to be excited for, things you might want to buy, but it is healing for us. We all get to come back here and commune with folks that like the same things that we all got bullied for, and make fun of, and all sorts of different things.
Liking anime is cool now.
Yeah,
the cool kids like anime.
I hate that.
Since when did I become a cool kid? I'm like,
listen, I
was bullied mercilessly for this.
Listen, I'll get uncandid. I remember a particular bully of mine was on the Facebooks talking about I'm such a nerd. And I was like, you know what? I do got the time today, don't I? I wrote this long message. I was like,
how dare you?
Me? You don't get to rock that badge, okay? I know it's kind of gatekeeper-ish, but like, no.
Like, I hate to be a gatekeeper and not welcome somebody into the community, but not you.
Yeah. Do a couple more laps and we'll talk soon. And then, we'll talk. But one question I have been asking, I've been trying to get a little unorthodox with my questions this year, is for all you've given to the community and the inspiration, the folks who are going to light up when they see you and hear your voice, and even connect to the dots. May not know your face, but hear your voice and put it together in song. Because that's typically...
That happens a lot with me. Like, people are like, I feel like I've heard your voice. And I'm like, you have.
Absolutely. No mistaking.
You just don't know my name. It's fine. I get
it. And that's really the beauty of conventions, even the promotion of conventions, being able to say like, who? Oh. So, but for all you've given, at what point through this journey did you find yourself? Where did you find your voice?
That's a really good question. I would say it was right around the beginning of the pandemic, maybe. I was a little bit lost. I had become independent from Sony Music. Yeah. I had already done Naruto and a few other anime at that point. And I was like, what is it that I'm actually wanting to do? Is it just sing anime songs?
Yeah.
Like, is it about the glory? Because for me, it's never supposed to be about that. It was always supposed to have been about giving back to the community that gave me so much. Mm-hmm. And so at the beginning of the pandemic, the music industry in Japan bottomed out. Essentially, it was unsustainable. And I'm on a working visa. I'm, an immigrant in Japan, so I need to continue to be employed. And I was like, what is it that I can do, that just I can do, that can propel this industry forward and keep it able to give people like me a voice, able to give people inspiration and motivation? Because like if anime music disappeared, I would be lost. Or if, the anime industry bottomed out, I would be lost. Yeah. So I was like, what is it that I can do? And the answer for me was branch out horizontally. So not just music, but also voiceover. Yeah. Also, that's when I started really pursuing more international, like crossover type stuff, like not just Japan. Like I think one of the reasons people don't know who I am is that my career was only Japan.
Yeah.
I came back for conventions occasionally, but I did not have a social media presence. I was well known in Japan, but literally no one ever knew I was outside. And I was like, that's my bad.
Yeah.
And so that's a me problem. And so starting in the pandemic, I was like, I'm going to do more English work. I'm also going to do when Japanese creators want to make something as a collaboration with abroad, I'm going to be that bridge. If, people abroad want to make anime stuff, I'm going to be that bridge. And so I started doing more casting, more directing, working a lot more in dubs, specifically also being a little bit more present online, although I'm still not that good at social media, sorry. Yeah. and just making myself available for more indie and grassroots stuff.
Yeah.
And that's really given me so much more from, of course, Naruto, but fulfillment creatively and artistically, and I've been able to be a larger part. I've been able to write more of my songs. I've been able to have a larger creative say, and I've been able to connect much more with the community since then.
I know we're around the same age, and I just want to say that I completely echo the struggle with social media. Yes. We were the outside touch grass era of things, before the AOL 4.0 disc started swarming everywhere. It's like, what is this internet thing?
The BitTorrent anime phase was late for me. I was like, oh, this is new. Like, that's still recent for me. I'm from the VHS era.
Exactly. Exactly. You will be considered the plug since you was in Japan. 'Cause you know how it was to have that connect that was overseas to get your content, whether it was your movies or your toys and figures. I'm from PG County.
Ooh.
I don't know so much about, I can speak about PG County schools, and I would say that there was nowhere near in the curriculum extra languages outside of Spanish.
No.
I don't know about Montgomery County, which I would assume a little bit more funding is there just because of the cities that are in it.
County didn't have much.
Well, how did you land on learning Japanese, and when did you get the wherewithal and the courage to make that jump? There's a lot. You're from here. People don't leave here.
We don't leave. Honestly, like a bunch of my family's still here. So for me, my parents really like anime. They actually met at a convention. I was born for this. Okay.
Wow. Oh.
I was born for this.
Oh, this story gets interesting.
So they met at a sci-fi convention, and the reason they got together is because they both liked anime. My dad liked Star Blazers, Space Cruiser Yamato. Yeah. My mom liked Gatchaman. And so they were like, oh my God, you like anime? Yeah, I like anime. And they got together. Yeah. And then I was born from that. And so anime has always been a stable part of my life.
Yeah.
And it meant family. Like my dad had like a Wednesday night anime night and stuff like that, where he would invite all of his friends and we would either play games or watch anime. So it's always been about family and community.
Yeah.
And so since Japanese was just around me in anime and in the games, because back then they didn't have dubs.
Yeah.
We would have the VHS with like some kind of funky translations. It was easier for me to learn Japanese because I was like, I think I can do a better job. So I was just learning, like little 4-year-old me watching Totoro and Kiki's Delivery Service, like learning it like it was like a second language spoken in the home, because it was always going. And so I think I got kind of a leg up there. And then in high school, I started studying by myself on the internet with a dictionary. Like me and that Merriam in like that Japanese dictionary that everybody had.
Yeah.
And I studied abroad in high school. I found my own program. I Googled how to study in Japan. Like I just Googled it, and there was like a program that you could apply for, and I applied, and I got in. And it really screwed up my high school education because like I then didn't have enough credits to graduate properly, but whatever, we figured it out. Yeah. And I just like went in my like junior/senior year, like in the middle, I was just like, going to Japan, bye! And all of my teachers were like, and I was like, see you, peace. So I went for a year in high school. I got to wear the sailor uniform and everything. And then I came back, and it was 6 months till graduation, and I didn't have enough credits, so I took like extra classes after school, and I managed to graduate. But in any case, it was a mix of just like sheer determination, the fact that it was around at home, and then also like I went to Japan just randomly in the middle of my education. Like I like worked at Suncoast to pay for it.
That's a.
I sold so many box sets of Fruits Basket. I was like, have you guys seen Dragon? You should buy it. Work on commission.
What a remarkable story.
It was fun.
I don't really typically live by regret, but if I could do some things different, I would have hung out with you, number one.
Let's apply together.
Wow. I mean, and in all seriousness, even at this point of our lives, like we know a lot of people who just don't leave, we don't explore, we don't further educate. To have that much,
it's super fun. You guys should do it.
Yeah,
like
worked out great, right?
It worked out for me, but like definitely I recommend traveling when you can. Like work a couple extra billion hours because the economy's ouchy, but the yen's really weak right now. My money's useless. Go to Japan now. Build our economy. Thank you.
Oh man, what have you found to be the challenges between living and existing between two countries such as Japan and America? Do you find, I guess for lack of better words here, but do you find means to have to code switch? Like when you come back here, do you have to tone it down? You go there, do you tone it up? Do you find any of those challenges? Not that I encourage it or anything.
There's definitely necessary code switching, and it's not my favorite, but it's the only way to survive. Living in another country means that you're living in another culture, and what's common sense is maybe not common sense in other cultures.
Yeah.
And so in Japan, like if I speak in Japanese, I'm significantly more polite. Like everything's in its polite form because I'm so thankful that you allow me, the loud foreigner, to be here. Thank you guys so much. Like I definitely have to unfortunately lean into that. Like I'm so like I have so much like thankfulness that I am here because I will always be an outsider in Japan. That's just how it is. It's a very inside-outside country, and I'm part of the outside group. And so they feel like they need to have a reason to hire me. They feel like they need to have like a catch or like a catch line. Like, we're using this foreigner because of this reason. And that makes it very hard to land work. And so I have to always be very thankful for any of the opportunities that I have been granted by my overlords. And but that's just how it's going to be until it's more normalized. And so what I would love to see is more people following in my footsteps and making it not the exception. I want it to be
the norm.
The norm, right? And I think this is true of any industry, right? In any country, in any industry, like there's definitely a lot of progress that needs to be made here in America. Like so much progress needs to be made. Let's be real. So much progress needs to be made everywhere all the time. And Japan's no different. And so all I can do is just try and be my best self and try and uplift other people as much as possible. And so that we can have, everybody following their dreams everywhere. I want to see Japanese actors in Hollywood. I want to see super cute girls from Alabama go to Korea and be pop stars. Like that's what I want.
That's a real particular niche right there.
It is. But let's do it, guys. Let's have everybody do everything all the time.
Well, this has been an incredible talk today. I really, really, really do appreciate the time. It seems weird because, like, as much as I'm like walking to Otakon, this is more your home than it is mine here. But thanks for letting me have a little bit of residency for a little while here. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you
today.
so much.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Take care.
I